So you are most welcome to join us in 2015 YIC Education and Training Program for Youth, organized by the Hong Kong Young Industrialists Council, YIC in short. I am Candy from YIC Secretariat. Let me introduce YIC to you in brief. YIC was set up in 1992, and we have more than 140 members. All our members are the awardees of the annual Young Industrialist Awards of Hong Kong, organized by the Federation of Hong Kong Industries. Today we have some YIC members present in this program. They are YIC Executive Vice President, Mr. Jackie Zheng, Vice President, Mr. Alan Zheng, Honorary Chancellor, Mr. Paul Tai, Executive Committee Member, Mr. Ben Yeung, and Vice Chairman of YICY, Simon Yeung. Thank you for your coming today to join us. Now I would like to ask Professor Song. He's here. He'll be with us today. So now I would like to introduce two YIC guests to share with us on the film industry's road to scholarly. 闖出驕陽. Mr. Alan Zheng and Mr. Paul Tai will be the speaker. I would like to tell you some of their backgrounds now. Mr. Zheng is the Chairman and Managing Director, Gradient Industrials Limited. He was graduated from the University of Hong Kong and quickly promoted to the General Manager, Manufacturing Division. Due to his exceptional abilities and efforts, in 1996, he founded his company, Gradient Industrial Limited, specialized in garment design, screen printing, embroidery, trimming, and manufacturing. Its products are exported globally to Europe, Japan, China, and other Southeast Asian countries through some very important famous garment retailers, for example, Belano, Sarah, IT, Orsini, etc. So the other speaker is Mr. Paul Tai. Mr. Tai is the Regional Director of Far East Manatee Group. He joined Manatee in 1992 when it was a small trading company in Hong Kong. He leads his company to expand it into Asia and become the General Manager of its Singapore operation in 1998 and was appointed as Financial Director of its China and Far East operation in 2000. Appointed as a Regional Director in 2008. Under the leadership of Mr. Tai, Manatee has expanded its supply chain in China and Far East with office and manufacturing facilities with staff over 2,000 people. So we would like to invite two speakers, Mr. Zheng and Mr. Tai, to have sharing with us. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, every students, Professor Song. It's quite strange for me to present here with you.
Yes, I'm the alumni.
Yeah, you're the alumni, but I'm not. Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so let us start first. Okay, so I got this. So how about you? Okay, so when you see the title, Industrial Road to Glory, so what do you think? I think most of the graduates or the potential graduates would like to pursue their career in the financial sector or the services sector nowadays. But in fact, okay, in Hong Kong, there's many people, passionate people, to pursue their career in the industry and still can achieve the glory at the end of the day. So today, we would like to share some stories with you. So I'm Alan, you're Paul Tai.
I'm the alumni of the Hong Kong USD as well.
Maybe you need to speak louder, maybe. Yeah. Or the mic is not.
Hello. Hello.
And so we would like to conduct the sharing in a casual manner. So Paul and me will just like a talk show, to and from. Yes. So just in case you have any question or problem, you just raise up your hand and you can answer, or you can ask the question in English, Cantonese or even Putonghua, because
Yes.
maybe we can speak a little bit in Putonghua.
Very Putonghua.
So today we are going to share with you 5 O's. 5 O's. O, 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 O. So after the sharing section, you will remember these 5 O's. The first O is our past.
Who we are.
Who we are. And then our milestones and strategies to sustain our business, even in a so ever-changing market space, and also our future. You know, nowadays the market is ever-changing. Doing the business in China, especially in China, is quite difficult. So how we can survive, and how we to do better in our field, and our goals.
And we learned a lot from this.
Finally,
Yeah.
to share with you, maybe we can give you some advice. The last O, yes, right? So, is it clear for you?
Alan, now I know how to use this. You just need to press this button. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So this is automation.
Easy, just press the right arrow. Okay? So, as mentioned by Candy, I graduated from the University of Hong Kong in 1990. I think most of you still know in the home of your mom, right? 1990. Already came to this world? No. Right? Okay, so I am majoring in finance and general management. You may be surprised why I entered to the industrial field. And basically, I just like most of you, I would like to pursue my career in the financial sector to be the chartered financial analyst. So, in my age, in Hong Kong, there's only 10, not more than 10 chartered financial analysts in Hong Kong. And fortunately, I got an offer from the one of the famous financial institution called Yamaichi. Have you heard the financial institution called Yamaichi? Is it Japanese? Hello. It's okay now. Okay. So, during the financial tsunami, this Yamaichi acquired by another financial company instead. So, actually, once I received the offer from the Yamaichi, I'm so happy. But after I made a phone call to my former eldest schoolmate and asked him my career path. And he told me that after the 3-year training, even though you got a professional qualification, and you will be assigned to another country to develop the business for the company and seldom go back to Hong Kong. I was born in Hong Kong, grew up in Hong Kong, educated in Hong Kong. So I would like to contribute myself after my graduation. So hopefully on the last day that I need to sign the offer letter to this financial company, I have another final interview with one of the apparel retailer company in Hong Kong called Giordano, and applying for the post of the management trainee. That was the final interview. I need to be interviewed by the board of directors. For the last question I asked, okay, I just would like to ask them whether I can get the offer. Okay, it's not anything. You know, dramatic happens. Okay, so the CEO just brought me to another room and sit down, ask me one question. Alan, do you think that you can open a bank or a financial institution in 5 years or 10 years time? Do you think that we can do that, or you can do that? Open a bank in 5 years or 10 years time? Of course, just like over you. Okay, no, I can't. And this CEO told me that if you spend time with us, okay, that means accept their offer. They will train me out, equip myself to have the entrepreneurship. Maybe in 5 to 10 years time, I can build up my own business. At that moment, I'm really impressed by his kind offer. So I changed my mind. I would like to pursue my career in Hong Kong and change my career objective from financial sector and went into the industry. So that's my story. That's why to join the Giordano. But in the Giordano, I go for a 1-year training in different departments. Okay, just like retailing, manufacturing, information technology, human resources, almost all the operation department. I have the chance to acquire the basic knowledge in running a business. So that is what the CEO promised me. Okay, they offered me the training, and hopefully I performed very well. And in almost 1 year time, okay, I finished my training. I would like to pursue my career in the retailing, and once again, okay, disappointed me. The CEO asked me to change to the to call SICOM or me to the manufacturing division, because at that moment the factory is so old-fashioned. You know, in a over 100 staff, only 5 to 6 computers in operating a big factories. Okay, so he would like to have me to re-engineer the whole process in the manufacturing division, and hopefully I get the big stance. Okay, I built up the computer system as well as the just-in-time replenishment system, not only restricted to our internal company use, and also we offer this kind of the strategies to our customers. Okay, so that in that time most of our retail shops can be linked up to the manufacturing division. So every day.
So now you go back to Giordano, you see those inventory system, you feel very good.
Yes, sure. And also at that moment, I improved the inventory days of the inventory turns of Giordano from 65 days to only 30 days. Yeah, it's a great improvement in the operation. So because of my outstanding performance, so I quickly promoted to the general manager to in charge of the factory in China and Philippines. At that time, I need to manage almost over 4,000 staff in Hong Kong and China. But unfortunately, something happened again. Okay, because of the restructuring of the Giordano, okay, I decided and left Giordano and founded my company, Grandin Group. Okay, so now in 2000, okay, I got married and had one kid, and one boy and one girl. To have a whole boy and girl. Okay, so having said that, to be a successful businessman, you need to sacrifice your family life. Okay, so that's some of my story. So how about Paul? Maybe you share with the students.
I hope you do. So this is me. So this is 1967. That was I was born on 12 pounds. So my mother was really proud of me because I'm very heavy in the city. So 1988, I graduated with a diploma in Hang Seng School of Commerce. Very simple. I got a banking diploma. And the best classmate goes to the bank, and I'm not the top lead classmate, so I go to accounting. And it took me 5 years to get the accounting qualification, ACCA. And afterwards, I come back to the Hong Kong USD. I begged for positions to get into the MBA class, and I'm probably the only class who doesn't have a bachelor degree. So this is actually very blessing for me. You know, to get into Hong Kong USD is not easy. Lucky you. You have a very luxury lecturer course today with the best lecturers, professors in the world. And last year, my son wanted to apply the position, engineering. And may I ask a question? Anyone from CAIS in this classroom? CAIS in Hong Kong. Okay, they have 5 applicants get to apply the admissions to this school, and then 4 accepted. So my son is number 5. So I said that means this is, of course, USD is very.
Your son's story quite similar to Jack Ma of Alibaba.
Okay.
Always be the loser, but
so he's now in
maybe
Melbourne.
10 years time.
Yeah, he's now in Melbourne. Okay. MBA, I got my MBA in 2002. I think I'm proud to say I'm the MBA of Hong Kong USD because I passed one test. I'm still survived after 10 years. Not necessarily taking for granted to survive after 10 years. So many businesses failed in the last 10 years. So many crises we have in the world. And I have only 2 jobs. The first job I worked in Jardine Group for 5 years, 6 years. Got all my basic accounting, financial control, everything's done. So I'm very good in number, and just good enough for finance, not good enough for engineering. But on engineering, it's much more decimal after decimal point, and I'm only good in 1.2, 3.5, 2.6, and that is good enough. And then I got into the second job, which is I spent 23 years starting from an accountant, and I gone through the process, changing my career, converted with the thanks of the Hong Kong USD, getting the MBA program. I practiced all I learned developed the system for Jordan.
Yes, and also in 1990s. At that moment, no supply chain management.
Yes. And when I understand the movement effect, I put it into the practice. I even want to train my class and my managers to understand movement effect within the organization from Hong Kong into the whole group. And I found a computer program and then develop a simulation within the company to test the movement effect. Eventually, the professor, Wu Xuneng, told me, Paul, you can have the computer program, but the computer program will not tell you a lie. In real world, a lot of people telling lie every day, and you have to filter all this. Computer
But sometimes the people will make the computer to tell the lies.
Yes, even worse. And I have only one wife. Congratulations. Still the same wife. And I have two sons, all come from the same wife and same husband. Right, this is the achievement. And I got the Young Industrialist in 2012.
I got it in 2011. Okay.
Yeah. And all these are my pictures. Alan and I are on the same supply chain.
Yes.
Basically, Alan is my customer. So that's why can you give him a big hand that I am able to invite our customer to come to do the presentation for you?
Not really. You're my customer supplier indeed.
Okay, Alan and I have something in common. Number one, we make in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
We make in Hong Kong.
I mean, born in Hong Kong, educated in Hong Kong.
Yes, everything's in Hong Kong.
Yes.
We both in financing background. This is a blessing. If you don't know the numbers, I think you have difficulty in the rest of your life. You don't need to be very good in a long number, but you need to know at least 3 to 4 digits. That is enough. That is good enough.
Eventually, we can apply a lot of the knowledge in finance in our daily operations.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we're young industrialists. Alan got the Young Industrialist in 2011, 1 year before me. I got it in 2012.
Yeah.
That was the time I was 45 years old, 45 years old. After 45 years old, no chance.
Yeah.
So I got the last
That's
chance.
the criteria of the Young Industrialist Award. Okay.
Yeah, there are certain industrialist awardees like Kara, Ben, Jackie. They got all this when they are 30, and recently we have some member got the award at 20 odd. I don't know how did they get there. Yeah. Okay. We have a lot of business in China. We have the same supply chain. We have the same problem. Labor cost is too high. And because of this, what we learned from the school, we put into the practice. Take a look at this. This is the monthly wages of the China. Keep going.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a fact to you, but this is not a fact to us. That was the forecast at that point. So imagine when Alan and I have a very good life here, that our wages is very low.
Yes.
Anything going wrong, we just hire more people. More people. We don't care too much of industrial engineering. We don't care too much of the automation. Alan just keep producing OEM.
May not be true. Actually, we adopted industrial engineering maybe in the 2000.
So Alan is smarter than me.
Year 2000. Yeah.
And take a look to this as well. Alan and I are on the same clothing business. And at that point, people may think China cost is going high and high and high. Making garment and factions in China will be diminishing. So that's why the offshore sourcing will kick in to move the garment and clothing manufacturing out of China. Then that is the journey.
But electronics, you see, do you know why? The answer is in your pocket.
Yes,
iPhone, iPad, some wearable instruments, okay?
And this is the big picture of the whole world. Then we have to manage all this. We learn a lot from the school, we have to put it into practice, we have to survive. Now we don't use the term survive, we use sustainability. But basically it's the same thing. How we increase the top line, cut the cost, and make more profit. Let me give you a big picture of our industry so that you can understand the work in particular Alan has done. If Alan fails, I have no business. As simple as that.
Actually, if my customer fails, you don't have the business.
Yes, this is the business structure of a business model. We have a lot of retailers, including Marks and Spencer, including Zara, Uniqlo, H&M, and they have a lot of importers to help them, and they have a lot of buying office and a garment factory. My business is actually even below here. So we supply to the garment factory where Alan is working on. So the whole industry is actually have a lot of people in China, in the whole world, unless you don't dress. unless you don't dress. So we are actually industrial goods for necessity. So life is very good. The problem is, it's not only the structures is difficult, you have to deal with multiple tiers. Nowadays, is the omni-channel come into place as well. That means our customer will not tell us the forecast. When it comes to the customer asking, can you give me the forecast so I can put it into my manufacturing process and all this and all that, then our customer actually telling me, including Alan, they said, did you tell me you will buy the garment in my shop or not? I said, of course, no. Then please don't ask me this question about the forecast. Otherwise, you have no business anymore. This is your job as a supplier to maintain sufficient stock to supply my system. Okay. So this is not supply chain management. This is actually demand chain management. And this is our business. Alan and I are all on the global business, but we have different challenge. Basically, let's say an example. US have a request. Then Hong Kong is the best city, I would say, in Asia, managing all the global business requests and translate into the region. So once we get the requirement, we send the request to all the countries within Asia, and the shipment goes to US. So this is how we run the business every day. How to run the business every day, and then we run 24 hours. Because when we sleep, someone in the US, someone in London are working. So this is how we make ourselves more competitive. The problem is how we optimize it. This is very important. Stock is good, but stock is also a devil.
So that we need to manage it.
And then if you are able to optimize it, I think this is your 101 in industrial engineering. And if you fail to make it, you're not able to make profit. Finish. Alan will tell you how much profit he makes shortly. This is actually all the challenge when you will face when you leave the school. It's not only just the cost, the quality and capacity. If you're not able to produce in the right cost, poor quality and capacity, finish. You're out of business. No chance. Finish. Go back to do something else. Afterward, you have to consider political risk. Do you like to work in Pakistan? Do you like to work in Iran? Some of our members actually work in Iran. And not more than that, recently you have environmental issue, you have the social compliance, health and safety, and trade agreement.
So have you come across these terms in your textbook?
Just a test. Who knows TPP? TPP. Okay. Professor, maybe we need to come next time.
It's a very important strategy employed by the US.
Yes. Because of all this, then let's see how Alan sustained the business. Real case.
Yes, a real case. As Paul mentioned that every day we face a lot of the difficulty and challenge. But being a traditional business, okay, we believe that, okay, being a human being, we need to dress. That means we have this demand. So it's the problem of how you supply to your customer differentially. So maybe you can just take it as a case study of my company, how we sustain our business in a traditional garment manufacturing business. Actually, most of the times, maybe you are very familiar. Some of them even find in your textbook. So today I would like to share how we can implement your theoretical knowledge in the real business world. As I mentioned that we started the business in 1996. Okay, at that moment, because being an entrepreneur, we are lacking of financial resources. The only thing we have is our expertise, experiences, networking, so that we leverage this kind of the resources to open our factory. So we just take 1 month's time to build up a factory. Normally, you know, Paul, when you start a new factory, how many times you need to?
This is a small factory.
Suppose you have the building already.
Okay. 6 months.
6 months. We just spent one month to build up the factory to accommodate almost 1,000 workers. And then we take 3 months. We took 3 months time to make the business break even. And then 1 year time to pay back the investment. So basically, according to my friends in bank, is a very good example to persuade the youngsters to enter the traditional industry. because most of the people think that to be the manufacturer in China is no more future. 20 years ago, it's totally not correct. Today, may be correct if you don't upgrade yourself, transforming your business. So later on, I will share with you how we transform or upgrade my business in order to sustain our growth. Okay? So you can see that in the year 1997 to 1990, so we are crazy and make money. Okay? But finally, we find that okay, we cannot handle so many orders from the customer. We have customer claims because of the shipment, quality getting worse, all because we don't have a system. So we just starting from 1990, we stopped expanding our business. And then in the second phase of the development, maybe we call it the 3-year plan. Actually, in my company, every 2 to 3 years, we will have a new business plan to sustain our business. In the second phase of the year, because we think that experience is not enough to support us to grow the business, so that we stop to grow the business, and then we build up the internal management system, build up the standard working procedures to make sure that okay, we can produce the goods on the right time, right manner, and good quality. And after we build up the ERP system, okay, we are capable to provide a value-added service to our customer, and then we provide a just-in-time replenishment system to our customer. So starting from 2000, we provide a supply chain solution to our customer. At that moment, we manage our customers' inventory because we just link up the computer of our customer, the POS machine, to our factory, So we can see which style, which color, which size our customer will show in the marketplace. And so that at that moment we can prepare the raw materials, production capacity in advance in order to cope with the customer need.
Because you're just in time, I have to build double of the stock.
Not really, because we will give you the share the information with you. And actually, at that moment, we have already to use the big data but not only our customer, on region, Southeast Asia region, Europe, America, depends on which market you are going to enter. So that we analyze the data in order to make the projection of raw material, production capability, etc. So our business grew steadily. But unfortunately, in 2003, and the first 3 years prior, so you know, in 2003, can you guess? Our business keep on going up or drop? Okay, the girl said, yeah, why? In 2003, what was happening in 2003? SARS. In 2003, SARS occurred, okay? No customer came, okay? No customer buying in the marketplace, so that our business dropped. And most of our competitors at that moment use the strategies use a cutthroat pricing in order to receive the order from the customer. But from our point of view, okay, using the cutthroat pricing strategies is a destructive strategy. It is harmful to your financial strength. So on the contrary, we just do the horizontal integration. And in 2003 and 2005, we acquired 2 companies. One is the screen printing company, and also one embroidery company. On your T-shirt, most of you wear it. You will find a print on your T-shirt, and also there's some embroidery on your T-shirt. So in this case, we can extend our solution in the value chain, the apparel retention, so that we can provide value-added service to our customers. And also at that moment, quota, no more quota. You know, I think do you heard about the quota system in the world? Before that, we need to have a quota in order to export the garment from Hong Kong or anywhere to US or Europe. But in 2005, quota system gradually disappeared. So at that moment, I explored the Europe market.
And when I look at your PowerPoint a few days ago, we actually prepared all this PowerPoint until 12 o'clock last night. Because we have to make sure all our PowerPoint is relevant to you. And last night when I really finished everything, I looked at Alan. You see, every 3 years you have a milestone, which is not easy. When you finish, imagine if you have to learn one new thing in a class, normally 1 semester, 3 months. But when you have to put it into practice, probably takes 3 years. And if you success, you have another 3 years.
But of course, we need to change always.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, after after the SARS, we grew our business steadily again. But on the 2006, because of the 11, in China, have you heard about the 5-year national plan in China? In 2006, the 11th 5-year national policy adjusted that. The China government do not want to maintain the GDP by means of the export, relying solely on the export. They would like to boost up the domestic sale and also the infrastructure in order to maintain the GDP at around 8 or even 9%. So one factor, okay, which will affect the factory in China very much is that they said that they will double the salaries of the workers in 5 years' time, okay, in order to support the domestic sales. So that at that moment, the 11 PRC plan, so at that moment we need to upgrade it and transforming our process, okay. We try to redesign the whole computer system, all the process, in order to find out the redundancy, and then eliminate the redundancy, how to extract the value embedded in our value chain, so as to improve our profit margin. And also, we set up a product design and accessory design department, or actually finally become a company to have the business with the customer in 2006. At that time, we migrate our company from an OEM. I suppose all of you know what is OEM, the original equipment manufacturer. That means that your customer just give you the design, you just quote them the price, and they manufacture it for them. You don't have any value on design or extra value-added service provided to them. But in ODM model, that means original design manufacturing model, you need to do the market research on color, on style, on silhouette, and then propose some idea to your customer. And once your customer pick up the design, you need to manufacture. That means we provide a value-added service by set up a product design and development center in 2006. And once again, our business keep on growing. But unfortunately, in 2008, again, dropped a little bit. Paul, you came from finance. I think you still remember what's happening.
That is Lehman's brother burst out. Lehman's brother.
Remember?
After that.
Okay. Anybody here become 负资产? No, not really. I think at that moment you don't have the financial resources to buy it.
I think one thing we can guarantee, something will happen to you for the rest of your life. After that, an economic system fall down. Guaranteed. You just find a way to survive. And imagine when 2008, when the Lehman's brother burst out, you know who's calling you first? The banker.
Yeah.
We actually call the banker.
By that moment, the banker just closed the umbrella.
No, we call the banker. The banker's response is, at least you call me, I know you'll survive. We actually call another one.
Yes, that's correct. So, at that moment, we need to think about our 5th 3-year plan. So, and also in 2009, 2010, another 5-year PRC, national policy adjusted again. Further strengthen that. Domestic sales and infrastructure will be key drive to boost up the GDP in China. So that means we know that the wage will surge. That's the example just shown by Paul. Nowadays, almost $700 per worker in China. But year 2006, I still remember, just 200, around 200. 2006, 200, 2014, almost 3/4 of the labor force. So how we can survive in this place? Okay, we further upgraded, but this time we change our production system. Before that, because we earn the economic skills for a large production scale.
Alan, I have a question. In 2011, you made 100 million Hong Kong dollar.
Yes.
That is
after tax.
Okay, that is equivalent to 200 Mercedes.
Yeah.
How many garments you make to make this profit?
Almost 3 million pieces per month. That means 36 million pieces.
So that is our life. Every day we make a little bit, make sure the system is optimized.
Yes. But at that moment we need to change. Okay, because industry maybe 2.0 is no more exists. 2.0 means the economic scale, okay? But at that moment, we need to adopt the lean production. That means we speed up all the production line into a smaller module in order to cope with the market needs. Because at that moment, the customer will just pay the test order. Before that, maybe we will receive maybe 100,000 pieces per order, but at that moment, maybe just 1,000 for them to test the market. So that we need to change our production line to the lean production. And also, we need to adopt a lot of the hacking system in order to save the labor force, because it's quite difficult to hire workers in China at that moment. And also, very important, okay, as Paul mentioned, being an industrialist, we need to adopt a lot of the financial techniques, okay. Do you remember before that, renminbi is quite steady, but after the announcement of the renminbi is going to be internationalized, the renminbi is start to appreciate. It is another factor which affected our profit margin, so that we need to apply our knowledge in the finance, okay, to hedge our business.
I still remember I keep reducing my selling price every 5% every year, and then to support your business.
Yeah. So, you know, because at that 3 years, and the banker told me that, okay, Alan, because you properly manage your hedging position, so that you can still maintain a very good profit margin. A lot of the traditional old-fashioned minded manufacturers, they just think that hedging is too risky. It's a kind of speculation. But actually, if you can manage the hedging properly, actually is the technique for you to monitor the risk of the forex exchange, so that we need to keep. So what's going on in 2012? I can tell you the story. Another 6 year back is that our profit keep on surging. Okay. So and very luckily in 2001 I awarded as the Young Industrialist Award. Okay. And 2012 very good result. 2013 still very good. But in 2014 our business jumped. Okay. Because of the cost of the production increase, lack of the labor force, surge of the manufacturer in some developing countries just like Bangladesh, Burma, Vietnam, something like that. We face a lot of very keen competition. So how we survive, how we sustain, we will share with you in the later part of our sharing, our future.
Yes.
Paul?
I thought the control is yours.
So in the 19 years time, okay, we developed our supply chain along the Pearl River region, because our customer mainly from Hong Kong, China, and Southeast Asia. So that a lot of the production facility are located in Hong Kong, Shenzhen, Panyu, and Tongfeng, because we need to provide quick replenishment to our customer. Speed is one of the very crucial factor for our success, so that we cannot have our factory in some developing countries just like Bangladesh, because you need to spend 60 days to ship your materials from Hong Kong or China to there. But I can share with you, most of our order, the lead time of our orders is less than 30 days. Sometimes 40 days, 14 days, 7 days, in order to ship the.
That's why you give me only 10 days.
Yes. No, 3 days. Some of our hanger suppliers nowadays, same day delivery.
Same day delivery.
Order in the morning, deliver
enough.
in the evening. Yes, in order to cope with the customer needs. So this is, nowadays we have 6 operation units in China and employ almost 4,000 workers to provide a total supply chain solution, a pearl supply chain solution to our customer. Okay. So Paul, I think I know that you are using different strategies in facing the ever-changing market. So
yes.
Can you please share with our students?
First of all, I try to share with you how many profit I made. When Alan says
much more than me.
The problem is never tell in front of your customer how many profit you make. Otherwise, tomorrow they will come back. You make too much money from me. So, but in short, I make more or less the same money as Alan, and we produce 3 billion hangers a year. Only in China, we have 3 million a day. 3 million hangers a day to produce.
But mine is 3 million per month.
We take different approach. Alan's is horizontal integration.
Yes.
I take geographic expansion, because not only the customer we are serving in, logistic cost is also come into play. To ship a hanger is not easy. To ship a garment, a box of the one CBM can ship easily 10 dozen or 100 dozens per garment. But the box is very big to contain a hanger, so we need to move to different countries. So this is what we have done. 1992, when I joined this company, I volunteered to go to Singapore to improve my English and Mandarin, and I met my wife. Good. And we bring my wife to Hong Kong, and I continue to expand to go to Malaysia, to Thailand. I use my Chuzhou, to do business in Thailand, very good. And then we go to Sri Lanka, India, and Indonesia. And luckily, I still have hair. It's not easy to travel to so many countries in Nigeria. You lose all your hair. And I'm the only one within the management team still have so many hair.
Me too. Yeah.
And then we go to Bangladesh. It's not easy. Too many stories. I think the class is 11:50.
11:50.
So we respect the class discipline. In case 10:50 you have other commitment, you can go. Otherwise, we want to run through more to you. Probably we need to until 12 o'clock. Because Ellen and I also bring some video so that you can see the real thing. We want you to see more. If you have some other commitment, please.
But it seems that the natural fee need to be returned.
Okay.
So we need to speed up.
Then we come back tomorrow.
Yes. Oh no, maybe later. Shift to another room to share with us.
Okay. 2005 will be our biggest factories in China. This is the biggest hanger manufacturing plants in the world. In China, we celebrate tomorrow for the 10 years anniversary. We always like to celebrate every 10 years, not because anything, because we still have good health and we still survive, which is very, very important.
Very good. Our staff celebrate every day.
And then 2007, we acquired our U.S. biggest competitors. The biggest competitors. They become so big and becomes arrogant, lost the humble. And then the customer does not like that. And when the customer place an order, they take 1 month to deliver. And they give us the opportunity, we say we can deliver in 3 days. Something like this. Now Ellen said on the same day delivery.
Yeah, same day delivery.
Still not good enough. Yeah. And 2007, because we acquired the U.S. biggest competitors, they have already at that point a big data. So we buy the business not because they're customer, we buy the business because they have a database called big data. Then we implement it throughout the whole world, and nowadays we are able to do a lot of good things. Unfortunately, many of these cannot be documented, trade secret, but we do have the big data in 2007. It's not easy job. And then because of the big data, we roughly know where our customer will go. Ellen is staying in southern China. Some of our customers go to Sri Lanka, Cambodia. How do we know that? Because we have a big data. We roughly know how the shift of the pattern, so that we're able to guess which will be our new factory. To build a small factory, 6 months. To build a big factory, like the biggest ones in China, take 3 years. Take 3 years. And then we continue to build the factories in India, Vietnam, and at that point we think the database, at that point I think we become the world #1. So we need different systems to help us to maintain the customer relationship and the information throughout the whole group. So we implement the CRM. Everyone knows what CRM is. And then 2013, because of cost escalation, and now we kick off a lot of automation. I will have some video to show you later how we do the automation. We have high-tech automation from Italy, we have low-tech automation from China.
And then you're on the collaboration with USD
Yes,
program.
so lucky the president invites us to
Professor Lee will bring us to visit the sites in Shenzhen to work there.
Yes. 2014, we go to Australia, and coincidentally, my son goes to Melbourne. With all the global network we have, we're able to meet all customers, meet their global requirements. So this is the customer we serve. Many of them. And then everyone is very important to us.
I think one of the
And this is the customer I personally serve. Even we are the senior in the person. For those big account more than $10 million, we are the personally involved to make sure the system is working. You cannot just rely on the system. Sometimes you need exception. To build a system is not easy.
one model for you to put YIC. Now
Yes.
we are serving YIC.
our growth is actually based on the growth rate of the world as well. So this is, we always look at, we always go to the high growth market. So when I was young like Alan, those years, we always think big boss are sitting in the office with a very pretty secretary coming to the office at 6 o'clock for this
That means no beautiful secretary came. Okay,
I talk too much.
yeah.
The reality is we actually were almost 24 times 7. Same to Alan.
Yes.
Yeah, we only start most of our voluntary work at
Because our design department needs to work, okay.
And I encourage you to go overseas. I encourage you to go overseas to explore as young as you can. And I have a video to show you what we're actually making.
Really? Or
If we are running short of time, I skip.
yes, skip. I think both our videos skip. Maybe later we share with the students.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have a very basic, simple strategies I learned from the Hong Kong USD MBA class, which is only three strategies: cost leadership, product differentiation, and niche market.
Okay.
And you all got A in your class, so I don't have to do this in front of the professor. So we just practice this every day. And then Alan, you are much more complicated than me.
Not really, because time is running short. Okay, in the future, okay, we would like to extend our service, not only restricted our production facility in China. We came back. We will open a factory, but actually it's not factory. We call it a smart factory in Hong Kong to leverage the competitive advantage of the Hong Kong. In this project, because we will embed the creative design and also the traditional technique to make this project a success. We call it a CSV project. Can you guess what it stands for? Not really. Maybe you heard about CSR. CSV is a new concept, creating shared value. Anyone heard about this concept? I think I shared it with you. Actually, this concept is advocated by Michael Porter in 2011 in Harvard Business Review. Okay, that means in the era of the capitalism, okay, most of the companies just striking for the profit. Okay, but at the same time, you pollute the global environment. Maybe you underpay your staff. That means profit maximization is only the objective of the company. But in order to make us sustain in the world, okay, so we need to do the business to achieve double bottom line, striking for the profit, but at the same time, we need to adjust some social value, just like the employment opportunity, the mobility of the youth, just what we advocated by the government nowadays. So in this project, we have 4 areas. Firstly, we will build up a fast fashion entrepreneur incubation center in Hong Kong. In this area, we would like to provide a co-working space to the Hong Kong local designer. Design in Hong Kong sometimes is quite disappointing. They spend 3 years, 4 years time in studying, and the government spend a lot of the money to educate them. But unfortunately, not so many companies would like to help them to transform their design to the real products because the quantity is so small. No promise of their design. So in this case, we are not only supplying the space to them, just like the co-working space you heard in the market space. We will provide technical support to transform their design into the real products. And also we will help them to have the bulk production if they really hear what we teach them, okay, modify their design. And also we will provide them the financial resources, marketing channel, and more importantly, we will help them to protect their intellectual property. Because some of the days, the local designer told me that when they present their idea to the company finally steal their concept, but do not have any business with them. And we would like to develop some made in Hong Kong brand in Hong Kong. Secondly, we have a no carbon footprint production center. All of you will know that. Why is no carbon footprint? Because I mentioned that most of our customers are located in Hong Kong, Southeast Asia. So if we produce here, the distance to ship out our goods from the point of production to the final destination much shorter. So the carbon emission much lower. And the whole environment, we adopted LED lighting system, fully energy saver machines, and also some of the automation. And more importantly, in this low carbon footprint production center, we save the heritage. You know, nowadays we still have some kind of skillful workers on the age of 60s, but maybe 3 or 4 years time, they cannot work anymore. So the showing and some paper pattern cutting skills will be disappeared. And the third one is a branding exhibition center. Nowadays, most of designers will just join the TDC exhibition in TDC exhibition hall, 3 days, 1 week. They spend a lot of the money. And after the exhibition, okay, create a pollution problem. They don't break down the booth, and also, actually, the design will not be adjusted. Okay, and finally, because of the high cost of production, we adopt the digital printing. We adopt the technology. We have the digital printing machines. We have the 3D printing machine. So, in that case, we can shorten the production lead time, and also we can provide the O2O, and also receive the e-orders, personalized sales and marketing, because nowadays individual system is very important and something like that. Okay, so later on, we will try to show you, okay, whether we will succeed in adopting this kind of strategies as our future strategies. Okay, we hope that this can be act as a role model to attract more industry to come back to Hong Kong and use the competitive edge of Hong Kong to foster the industrial development of Hong Kong, not only focusing on the financial and the servicing sector.
Thank you, Alan. I know what I need to do in the next 3 years.
Yes.
Thank
No
you.
more radio, and us give it to you very soon. Paul and me would just like to give you the spirits. First S, social awareness and networking. Paul, because time is running short, go through.
Just run through everything.
Yes.
Straightforward. You all know all these English.
Persistent, integrity, respect, innovation, teamwork, and social responsibility. I think all 7 words. That means we give you the spirits. Okay, you need to keep it in your pocket. Okay, these words are very useful for you. Later on, maybe we can share in the big O session. Okay.
So
thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Paul and Ms. Kai and Mr. John's informative and interesting.
All of you. All of them. Oh, good. This is a continuation of the session. So let me pass the time to Paul. So Paul will introduce the internship program in a minute.
Just curious, anyone not understand Cantonese? Can you raise up your hands? From Indonesia? Oh. I live in Malaysia and Singapore for quite a few years, so I speak a few satu, dua, tiga. Yeah. Okay, this is the internship program provided by YIC, and this is not the first year. We run this YIC internship program for a number of years to give you good news and give you the bad news. The good news is all the members, we have 140 members in our organization. All of them are the awardee of the Hong Kong Young Industrialist Awards for the last 20 odd years. And so within this room, we have the awardee like a little bit senior, like Jackie is over there. Jackie. And we have Kara, okay, over there. And then we have Ben over there. And we have Alan. We have Simon. Simon is our young executive, Qingwei, potential. And this is Paul here. We all have our own business. We are manufacturer. Some of us even have a brand. Some of us have a listed company. So the good news is we all together, every year, roughly we have 50 vacancy position for the university students in Hong Kong. The bad news is every year is roughly 20 people apply the job or turn down, successfully apply. In the last 2 years when I was involved, I think only 1 or 2 drop out. Everyone got a credit, and this is not easy. because you have to stay in Hong Kong, you might have to travel to China. We do have some students telling us they can go as far as they can go to Dongguan, full stop. If this is the case, I think this is not the program for you. If you're prepared to accept the challenge, go to living in the quarter with the workers, spend some time with them when you're young, then this is the program for you. Of course, if HSBC gives you a job, Apple gives you a job, okay, go them first, and then next year come to us, tell us the story. We like to listen. And this is our program. We have some forms today. Candy will give you the form. It's not the form itself. It is basically the summer internship program will last for 4 weeks to 8 weeks. Depends on your performance. And we'll assign you to the company based on your profile. So you might come to us, what sort of position you have. Frankly, we have all sorts of positions. From accounts, from administration, from HR, from product design, from engineering, from productions, everything. And the good things when compared to other summer internship programs is, if you heard some of your CA, what they actually do in the summer intern, it could actually change a lot from very basic photocopying job to high-paid entertaining job. But within within the YIC, the job we give it to you, the good thing is you will be working very closely to the second level, if not the first level. Like personally, in the last 3-4 years, I trained the summer intern. It doesn't mean they have to see me every day. It's actually a tough job. They all feel stressed, even though I tell them I'm a very nice person. Yeah, but they have to see me every Tuesday morning, telling me what they have learned. And all the big boss within YIC or the owner of the company like to spend time with the summer intern. They want to know you as well, because eventually you will be our customer. So with some sort we have a private agenda. But on the other hand, we want you to have Hong Kong as well. So we want to share with you. We don't have to teach you the class. Your professor gives you all the information already. So it is not about teaching. It's about your learning in our company. And it's not only you can go Google, you can find all the information. The reality is, how do we think? Which is even more important than what the school is able to teach you. We want you to learn. We want to inspire you. We deliberately put you into some project and give you all sorts of frustration. And this is the main difference of our program when compared to other companies. And I have some company profile to show you who we are. Basically, we are not you will not be able to see much of our profile in the internet. If you join the sharing this morning, first of all, we are serving a lot of multinational companies. Some of us are very successful. We go IPO. Some of us, like Jackie and Kara, their company actually are traded in the stock market in Hong Kong. The problem is we deliberately not to go that high profile. But if you know some of our members, like I'm making hangers, our market shares, global market shares is 30%. So you see all hangers in Marks and Spencer, Walmart, Kmart, Giordano. So Alan, I know Alan, even we don't know each other personally. And we have company making hack, Mo. We have company making Mo. We have company making headphone, Bluetooth headphone, the latest technology. And yeah, and then Beats, those headphones. It's actually made by our member company as well. So this is how we run the whole thing. And you can get the forms over there. And this is the company. I think most of the, I'm sure you know this company, Bo, yeah. And then Leigay, this is Jackie, this is Kara, and this is you, and yeah, Ben, and we have Ying Laka, the watch, yeah, toys, and then printing, resin, jewelry, toys, toy and car. Cherry Picks is very famous company. HSBC 150 years. The app is actually written by our member company as well. So iPad device. Yes. So this is the job we're able to offer. Question? Jackie 有冇補充？
I'm the one losing my hair during my trouble. I think you may be wonder what is the most distinctive differences between the industry we are doing and the bank, right? If you enter to a banking industry, you may be one small part of the whole system. You may be able to change the system when you go senior, but if you go for industry, you are more complicated. You face a lot of challenges, like the people. But you have a chance to make some change to the organization, like the addition of the CRM, CSR, whatever. So I can we got classified industry as a 小轮机. You have a lot of challenge, and you have to prepare yourself to conquer the challenge. But most of them today, they tell you about their success story. We have a lot of failure story. In fact, as entrepreneurs, we fail almost every day in our decision making. But fortunately, we are there to accept the failure and cut loss before the ship is sunk. So if you have a chance to work with us as an internship, you not only know the success story, but you know a lot of the failure cases, which is very important for your future career development or your personal development, and also the friendship. Like our company, even the internship last few years, they will come back to our company and chat with our colleagues on the recent development. Of course, we have 140 members, but we have about 50 listed company. You know some sort of inside information of a listed company. All depends how you utilize it. How do you understand the internal problem and the success of the company, and then you know how to make a decision to buy the stock or not. Okay, it is my advice. Thank you.
Ben, do you want to have a few words with the class?
Well, I suppose no one here ever held a full-time job yet, but you're going to be having one pretty soon. Every company would have its own problems, and as an employee, we're here to solve them. We help our employers solve the problem. Every bit counts. Everyone contributes a little. Even when you were a small staff, and until one day you run into the executive suite, everyone can contribute to the company. So by here offering the programs that the internship programs, you will be able to contribute, learn, and grow from the experiences. So I'm hoping that every one of you will consider joining the very interesting manufacturing industries that we very proud of, and contribute to what we have.
Now I think it's time to split the group. Then we can have more interaction with the members today, so you feel more comfortable. Okay. So how do we split? Two groups. Is it okay? So just these two groups. Okay.
一定係住宿舍啊！係。OK， 咁今日嚟嘅好難得啦，有機會同再開嘅即係話好似我諗我哋時間就短咗，因為就嚟加班住。咁走住正話，我同多個分享，你哋又可能睇相，一步嘅即係有咩想問就問得嘅，係啊，乜都得㗎。係譬如點解呢一個老婆啊？咁都問得，咁啊好難嘅呢啲嘢。咁我同阿婆都係溝通得呢integrity，係integrity，respect。 咁亦都係讀industrial engineering。OK， 咁在我哋分校裏面應該有好多槍上面可能同埋咧引嚟嗰係差唔多嘅事。佢基本上好多真係聽過，但係咧就關於同埋嗰啲 BAS 啊、啲 production 或者甚至 JIT just in time 呢啲唔係書開始即係接觸都係聽過嚟。會有啦，會即係其實第一年咧就 general study 即係其實有關唔識嘅，全部聽過都唔識嘅。我喺其他學校讀緊都係識嘅，差異好彩，我真係今日三個學都要打。IE 係會好嘅，因為咧全科都唔係全部都要開始轉型先至可以生存。你要轉型咧，老闆諗，我諗都要有人做。咁變咗坐邊先即係最難嘅最好。所以喺公司裏面咧，我自己就啱啱因為我哋真係要係知道佢，你要知道我哋公司嘅情況。因為你要知道 IE 其實好多工友嘅，你係想將一啲高時候咧係加埋佢啦，已經少咗細啲嘅。我依家講呢個 all the industry, all the company now they system to deal with one. 咁好多時都話你係咁就因為咁所以咧好多時咧 IE 咧當要歐嘅啲時候咧，就好多時我係推行，咁就成。But how? 咁所以其實當然有好多啲所謂工業工程嘅 timing 其實我哋情況下多喎，可能係因為佢落後啲，即係佢哋後咁計。咁啊，即係只得慢慢嚟講，你有多做前咁但係咁呢度咧，係公司非常特別係寫得辛苦嘅，咁所以即係都好多聽嘅嘢。咁大陸都佢嘅生意嘅標誌，即係我嘅標誌。咁如果我追唔到嘅話咧，追唔到生意，所以佢嘅 IE 咧其實都係我嘅 IE，係拍到 Y 嘅。如果我追唔到，所以頭先我開玩笑講嘅，我覺得大家知道佢點樣走咧，我又開始變嗰啲嘢。咁傳統上咧應該係翻我哋今日一個就翻一個食 IE，唔係一定係 sell concept I have。但係咧，佢用佢個經驗咧，可以咧，呢個係因為佢做大訂單，係個問題喺度嚟嘅，係啲訂單，你要管理好多訂單，咁樣攞訂單到到全部，對啲全部都生產啊，跟住就質量啊，點解你要變 potency？ 我哋係將佢變最大嘅方法。一遇到變一 put that more to the answer 地方，其實 IE 咁所以其實嗰陣我知道交嘅。因為嗰陣我喺大學做成官員，我同我個情況，咁佢基本上咧，其實係合作我做 general manager 但係佢有好多多數，因為 IE 好做講學術，跟住當然就甚至話咧 most studies somehow then go integrate game theory 呢啲咧，咁我讀 general manager 咧就 MTL 因為我有 technical management 即係所以咧我哋譬如將人嗰時讀書嘅時候，咁但係好彩嘅咧後期咧，都真係我哋 concept 就攞到兩層，做到你都要兩層，其實係可以令到呢個兩層嘅比較，即係我都會 share，而家慢慢做出，我哋自己公司嘅當然太太係都未結到婚，因為係可能我哋做年青，我哋呢個嘅分員，我哋將佢咧喺度講。Let me share a little bit. Now, what we have learned so far is to our concepts and how to think.
So far, they have been using digital. I would say a category example is very loosely world and looking at a certain situation and how you're about to solve it. In the real world, things will just go on like an avalanche. Alright, there's a lot of past history that you cannot change, situations you were in that you wish that you were not in. Alright, and there are changing forces coming towards you, whether imposed by the government.
For me, to find old soldier which is not adaptable to the new challenges.
How many years has he served in your how many years?
Maybe 30 years. Yeah. Of course, they are in their age of close to retire. Then we give more handsome money, really for factory, because we are system, but somehow we have some income. That's why it is quite different between a USA company when you fail your target and then you will be fired. But in a factory, since the teamwork is very important, even though some of us make some mistake, cause a lot of money loss, but still we treasure about the team contributions at the middle. So we can make some money to cover our loss period.
I'll try this again. 3 years ago, we were about to go ahead with implementing a world-class ERP called SAP, made by a German company. Now, our old system not only had its own handicaps, but the way that we structured our part numbers is just a serial number that represents a number that represents this part. Now, in our old system, there were deficiencies that some parts might have duplicates. So the same part number represents two or multiple things. People can only identify a part by using that part number alongside with the sales order number. All right, that makes it unique, and that is a huge problem to our old way of working. But people got adapted to it, right? We're not willing to go ahead with the new part numbering system. And you know what? Going ahead with a new part numbering system and a new ERP at the same time is a double whammy. You're having a lung surgery and kidney surgery and all those things at the same time. All right, it is crazy. It is a major operation within the company. Everyone will be involved. Everyone will be sweating, including myself. My hard decision was, if I don't do it now, I won't be able to do it ever again. So we spent a lot of time before the switch over from the old system to a new system to strictly to come up with a new part numbering system and apply new numbers to every single part. From then on, never will a quality problem be associated with having a duplicated part. Which was a problem in the past that everyone just tried to close their eyes and go, it's not going to happen this month. It's not going to happen this year. It happens all the time. So it's a hard thing that's hard to convince myself and hard to convince all the staff because nobody wants to change. But here, see, once you get up to a level in upper management, you got to make hard decisions. That's going to change the life of others, change how they work, change how they operate. So, the part numbering change happened even before the decision of choosing the ERP. So we knew we had to change. So we started to come up with the right method, and we went to research and see what the right method was. So 2 months after we decided to change our part number, then we chose our ERP, and it took us 8 months to go live with our ERP system, which it felt like eternity. It really was tough, but very rewarding. It's not like I want to do it ever again, but it's very rewarding. It doesn't mean that things would go smooth the first day. doing switchover, all hell breaks loose. But then took another good 9 months took 2 months to really stabilize things as things were messy. And then it's a good thing that we chose a very good date for the switchover. We chose the day right after our fiscal year. That means that we will have a good 6 months until our next reporting timeline for us to get good numbers.
兩公婆一齊捱都冇所謂啫，係咪先？如果我買咗翻嚟，如果我未結婚已經有啦，我仲諗乜佢究竟係中意我哋中意間屋，係咪先？咁 set 30歲啊，咁如果你係30歲中到 congratulation， 係咪？咁唔中嘅遲一兩年冇所謂，生你仲後生啫嘛。我哋成日話而家唔鬥你幾時成功啊，你鬥長命。其實嗰條路有幾長，睇你自己付出邊。係啦，有啲人去到呢個 peak 就差唔多啦，就停啦。有啲人可以去到咁高，因為有好多嘢配合喺度。你識啲咩師傅啦？你師傅教你幾多嘢啦？好似頭先聽你話齋，有啲師傅讓條路俾你去，又教你嘢。有好多咧係佢哋功夫喺後邊，去到現場先教你㗎。你諗住讀書讀晒，你 PhD 都好，PhD 唔好意思咁講，去到 Master 都好咧，其實好多都係知識性嘅嘢，書仲可以見到，但係真係全部做到出嚟嘅話咧，係喺現場，最緊有個好嘅師傅。我哋就講你見到淨係你人哋咧同我話咧，佢參與碌時，可能我覺得好。其實咧就你發覺正話講咁多嘅嘢，咦真係喺實際嘅工業商業咁嘅地方咧，但我想回翻你話咧。千祈唔好觀自過來，你一定要因應翻將來自己實際嘅工作環境，你有幾多資源，個環境究竟有呢個包括資源，包括人力啦、財力啦，你可能要去 model 埋呢樣系統，即係等於好似用一個電腦嘅所謂程式，有啲人可以去買 SAP 嘅聽講，有啲人可以即係簡單啲，自己可能用啲 Microsoft 嘅 PowerPoint 去成，咁其實我呢樣嘢喺度，但係要視乎你實際上當其時嗰個資源。我唔好話，我落到嚟，唔係喎，我讀書係話，我要喺學校仲喺度有機會嘅時候咧，睇多啲 case study。同埋好好問嘅老師，因為 professor 係一個好難得嘅 professor， 佢有好多有個大家會見過 professor 其實做緊啲個 PhD 係做緊強緊邊一班㗎，係係啦，阿聰係啦，佢個 PhD 係咁香港得2個人係去到，本身2個人攞嗰個 engineering qualification， 一個就國米同埋港隊，咁係。我哋通常去到 IE， 即係我哋其實做緊都係啲都係 IE 嚟嘅，同埋好多 IE 嘢。咁我哋 IE 都唔止用喺工製造嗰度，成一前後都用到。即係你講話廁所能夠影印紙嘅，即係而家都講 green notice， 影印紙嘅使用即係點樣利用 e-document 或者 central bank， 即係一個即係所謂嘅即係醫晒佢。慳時間，你 train 出嚟 operation， 咁其實呢啲慳啲可以有用。冇得寫出嚟。通常咧，我哋去同佢處理問題，第一件事發生咩事先？例如 who's calling the shot， 即係邊條話得事先？呢個好重要。第3樣嘢，邊個阻住個地球先？你 identify 咗呢幾個位之後咧，你就慢慢查。即係千祈唔好諗住咧坐低一陣就解決晒佢，咁嗰啲咧就好高手先做得出。
咁我想問嘅係，即係譬如話，即係其實即係可以點樣 prepare 到自己將來比較易啲揾到工，易啲揾到工揾到，因為其實好多機會都有。
要真係即係對你周邊嘅事物好似好即係主動做去爭取自己 recruit 自己，即係譬如好似我自己。我淨係我自己認為，其實譬如就算而家科技界，大陸嘅咁樣嘅學術嘅知道係乜 IoT Internet of Things 就咁樣，即係話咧，其實你最緊要嘅專業知識，即
所謂自己咧就希望將呢一樣嘢變成自己嘅興趣。咁咧，其實你興趣咧，你係做個天主要有啲乜嘢？你嗰個知識會多啲廣闊啲，咁咧你就能夠做得更好。咁但係當然咧，要點樣去好嘅時候咧，其實咧係少不免而家啲年青人，我哋就算教小朋友睇到啲書，上多啲網去，唔好去淨係玩遊戲咯，而係去 Google 一啲資料。即係我哋想講 CSV 啫，我做咗好多嘢，啲人覺得係你嗰個咪就係個 board 啊，有邊個 CSV 嗰個 spam 時幾人就去晚晚去研究咩叫 CSV， 做啲 share 咩，咁然之後就講翻嚟做攞嗰啲咧，咁最重要就係個心法，即係你即係成日知識知咧，就係睇佢你以為你自己知嘅，但係如果要識嘅咧，你要識得將佢internalize即係心法上最緊要，你識得講翻俾人聽，如果個人明嘅，咁呢個就知識。
你話嗰個就 master level 啦已經，恭喜你。
好重要㗎嚇，咁所以我覺得你可以即係如果喺呢方面去激自己嚇，咁即係兩樣吸收到啲知識同埋嗰個 presentation skill，咁我諗呢樣嘢對於你揾工咧，其實係即係如果針對性揾工係非常之
有幾個建議俾你啊？每個禮拜六讀晒嗰日嘅信報佢嘅，禮拜六應該咁舒服㗎嘛，係咪？朝頭早讀晒禮拜六日嗰份信報，喺入邊你會揾到好多嘢出嚟。要俾自己一個空間成長，硬冇用嘅嘢將來會有用，今日就好有用嘅將來可能冇用。咁呢個係個 change 成長嘅部分。
所以最好就將呢啲興趣係啦。
咁讀信報啊，信報唔係淨係講財經同埋經濟，入面工程又有講，文化又有講。咁開始慢慢你就知道邊啲係好嘅文章，邊啲唔係好嘅文章。咁仲有將來你嘅老闆都係讀呢一份。咁你諗下，你喺大學已經同佢讀差唔多咁嘅嘢，即係雖不像都知不香嘛，係咪先？咁呢個第一個建議好重要。咁又咦，好燥嘅，好容易嘅。咁你讀埋星期三，逼自己一個禮拜讀2份。咁你日日都讀到，我恭喜你，你就嚟開成先。
我就呢個就我諗冇一嘢咧係 free lunch，即係你識幾多咧，同佢付出幾多咧係成正比嘅。咁但係所以變咗年青人都唔會印象佢話，如果我即係要寫讀書補長裝，我就係好講嘅。我喺大學想讀3年裝，係啊。咁但係我要學識點樣去平衡生活，即係去 manage 佢嘅時間。咁我見到我之後我自己都大咗咁多錢，咁佢哋都話我有時間去讀書。我覺得到而家嘅教育者，佢哋去過多考試，但係你要諗下，我哋而家係將來要面對每一日係有幾多分鐘難做。如果你嗰個 time management 做得唔好，咁所以咧，前幾個歷史我冇時間講，其實點都好咧，2個鐘頭都其實，如果你真係好係好 intensive 咁，我哋排咗都要，其實半個鐘頭都 OK。咁當然你中意4個鐘頭，咁呢個就係我自己嘅身份。我呢樣嘢我諗好多年前，即係中意 reading，中意去學新嘢。咁啊，我哋唔係因為我哋要你哋嗰啲文字，我哋嘅文字，我純粹係已經將佢深化咗成為。
IE 自己本身都有 professional body 㗎嘛，係咪？佢哋都有啲每月有個 journal 睇。咁20個 article 一定有個啱你啩？
有冇睇啲章？
如果成半年都揾咗 article 啱你，我諗你可能要轉科㗎喎。咁慢慢去將自己個思維。
你哋可以諗。
And also the students have a lot to share, but due to time constraint, and I think you are very hungry now, so let's end up this discussion session. So we hope we will have another session in the future to share with you all. Before you leave, please fill in your form and then you give it back to your department, the IELM department, yeah. Before the end of, by the end of March, okay? So thank you for joining us again and I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye-bye.